Hey guys, I hope everyone's day is going well. Here I've got three yo-yos: the SF Yo-Yo's Statement, the SF Yo-Yo's SS Statement, and the SF Yo-Yo's Movement. These three yo-yos are signature yo-yos of European player Tony Sheck. Now, if you don't know Tony, by the way, you gotta check him out. He has some of the most creative and insane tricks in the entire yo-yo game, so don't forget to do that. But yeah, these yo-yos came out at different times. The Statement releasing first, then the SS Statement, and then finally the Movement most recently. In addition, real quick, I actually did a full analysis and review on the SF Yo-Yo's Statement, which can be seen right there, linked right above. I highly recommend you guys watch that video first before continuing on this one, because I will be referencing that video quite a bit, and I also am kind of using the Statement as the control in this kind of experiment. So I'll wait for you guys to watch that one. Alright, great. Now that you're back, it's important to know that in this video I'm going to be kind of comparing these yo-yos right here to the Statement, which I've already reviewed. So before we get any further, I want to go over the history of all of these yo-yos. So we already know about the Statement. This is the first release of Tony Sheck's signature yo-yos. It was released a little while back, and in general it's become a really popular yo-yo in this day and age. Now let's talk about the SS Statement. Here's a little background on this yo-yo. So, when working on his first signature yo-yo, the Statement, Tony asked SF if they could try a design with bimetal rings like the SF SS. So I'll include a picture of the SF SS, but the SS was a yo-yo that SF made back in the day that had these really unique rims. So, during the prototyping phase for the Statement, a design with rims similar to the SF SS were tried. Although Tony didn't end up going with that design for the Statement, SF decided to make a special pre-order release of this yo-yo for their birthday, since many people on the team liked the design with the special rim placement. And that's kind of how the SS Statement came to be, and now it is loved by many people. Now, the Movement is modeled off of the original Statement, but it has a monometal design, so no bimetal rims. It has a much more friendly price tag than the Statement and SS Statement. However, SF worked to make this yo-yo just as capable and powerful as its bimetal brothers. So in order to get a general idea of what these yo-yos are like, I'm going to put the specs of all these yo-yos on the screen in the next clip so you guys can just take a look at that. Alright, so first let's analyze these specs, and remember, we're going to be using the Statement as the control. So the SS Statement and the normal Statement are really almost identical when it comes to these specs. There's only very, very minuscule minor changes to these yo-yos. So in general, these yo-yos are very, very similar specs-wise. Now, the Movement and the Statement have their similarities, but also their differences. So first, as you can see, the prices are pretty different, the Movement being $40 cheaper. The Movement also has a slightly larger diameter and width, but it also does have a tighter gap width, just by a little bit. The Movement is also 1 gram heavier than the Statement. One feature that I do want to point out is that although the Movement is a budget-friendly yo-yo, it does feature 7068 aluminum, a premium grade of aluminum, which is really nice. Now, enough about the numbers, because those aren't everything. Just based on appearance, these three yo-yos are very similar. They all feature very similar shapes and cup designs. However, if you haven't noticed by now, the SS Statement has its bimetal rims on the inside of the cup, as opposed to the Statement, which has its bimetal rims on the actual rims. And the Movement has no bimetal rims whatsoever. In the hand, these yo-yos all feel very comfortable with their curvy designs and elegant shapes and wide profiles. Now, for the next section of the video, I'm not going to independently talk about how each one of these yo-yos plays. I want to compare them again to the normal Statement, and as a result, you guys can get an even better understanding of how these yo-yos are going to play. However, real quick, I'm going to refresh our memories on how the actual Statement plays by including a clip from the Statement video. Now, in regards to the feel of the Statement is powerful. Each throw with this just feels really, really solid. In regards to whether the Statement plays a little bit more heavy or floaty on the string, I think it feels a little bit more heavy, but for the most part, it's just about an even weight distribution. I don't really think it would bother anyone, but if you're curious, I think it plays a little bit more heavy. Alright, so let's get down to business. First, let's talk about the feel of the SS Statement in relation to the Statement. The SS Statement feels like a less aggressive Statement. With the change in the place of the bimetal rims, you get this feel that's still rim-weighted and solid, but it generally feels a bit more gentle. The feel of the yo-yo is also altered a little bit, in my opinion. The SS Statement feels and plays a bit more fun than the original Statement. I personally prefer the placement of the stainless steel rims on the inside of the cup here because it just feels so much more pleasant and fun to throw and doesn't really detract from performance in any way. Obviously, the Statement and SStatement do share some qualities, being that they are almost the same yo-yo, but it is really important to note that the change of position of bimetal rims does have a profound effect on the play. In addition, I found the SStatement to play a little bit faster and more nimble on the string than the Statement. For this aspect, it really comes down to personal preference, and I enjoy the added speed of the SStatement. Now, let's move on to the movement. The movement is a really interesting yo-yo, and I strongly believe that this is the best monometal yo-yo under $50 that money can buy. I was blown away with this yo-yo. This thing is insane. It definitely does have characteristics and similarities of the Statement, but since it doesn't have those bimetal rims, I'd say it is not as closely related to the Statement as the SStatement and Statement are. This yo-yo performs like really well. It honestly feels like I could hit the exact same tricks with the same amount of ease on this $50 monometal yo-yo as I can with these much more expensive bimetal yo-yos. I'm not exactly sure how SF achieved this, but it really is insane. Personally, I found the movement to play like an even less aggressive Statement. And I know I said the SStatement plays less aggressive than the Statement, but in my opinion, the movement plays even less aggressive than that. It really just feels super nice on the string. There is definitely a substantial amount of rim weight on this yo-yo, but it's not glaringly obvious. Although this yo-yo is a bit heavier than both the Statement and SStatement, the movement still can play fast and nimble on the string and change direction with ease. One feature that I absolutely love about the movement is how it binds. Sometimes I was finding that my Statement and SStatement were a little bit snaggy with some of my binds, but the movement has been super consistent and not snaggy at all with the binds. Now, don't get me wrong, binds with the movement are still tight, but it's just like they don't snag and they feel amazing. The movement also feels like the most fun out of all of these three. It just feels like smooth, sleek, but powerful, and when you play with this yo, it's always just really refreshing when you throw it down. And so yeah, I don't want to spend too much time glorifying and raving about the movement, but this yo is really special, and I love to use it. Alright, so let's draw some conclusions and decide who these yo-yos are best for. If you like a really powerful, rim-weighted, stable, and extreme yo-yo, the Statement is probably going to be your best bet. And if you're a big fan of like lots of rim weight and a really strong feeling on the string, the Statement is a really good choice for you. However, if you're looking for something a little bit less aggressive and a little bit more fun, but equally capable and extreme, I think the SStatement is a really nice option. However, do note that it is $100, which is definitely up there in the price range, so if you're really interested in this yo, make sure you have the money for it. I personally love the feeling of those inner bimetal rims, and I think you guys will love it too. And now, if you don't have too much money and you're looking for a yo that is still reminiscent of both the Statement and SStatement, but has a little bit different character, isn't as rim-weighted or aggressive as the Statement or SStatement, but is still totally capable of handling your more extreme tricks, I think the movement is the best choice on the market. Just a little bit more about this yo-yo because it really just like blows my mind. It is insane that this thing is $50. When you hold one of these yo-yos in your hand, it really just feels like perfection. It feels sleek, it feels premium, it feels expensive, and it just feels like a really solid throw. I have not been impressed this much by a yo-yo in a really long time, so the movement is definitely one of my favorites of all time. Alright, so that's about it for my triple comparison of the Statement, SStatement, and movement. If you guys did enjoy and learn something new, be sure to leave a like. Also, if you guys are new here and haven't seen my videos before, hit that subscribe button. I post videos just about every single week. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Peace.